Welcome to Notable Approvals. I'm attorney Amanda Shaffer. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and welcome back. We've been away for a little while for the holidays. And today we're coming back with a really exciting case about an N-600, which is for a certificate of citizenship. So the way this case started is the client first came to us. She had a green card and she had been arrested for some domestic dispute. She wanted us to represent her in both the immigration and the criminal stuff, but she was worried, any type of criminal offense, any type of arrest when you have a green card can result in you losing the green card. So she was really concerned about that. And she had her green card since like 2007, wanted to become a US citizen, but was worried about the criminal offense disqualifying her or becoming a problem, putting her in removal proceedings. And then she was also worried, well, even if that's not the case, what about the good moral character period? So we ended up getting her criminal case, ACD, or adjourned in contemplation of dismissal. And basically it was, it became, I think, a disorderly conduct and then an ACD. So there was no harm, no foul with that. And that wouldn't have affected her green card either way, but it would have affected potentially her 5-year period of good moral character prior to filing her application for naturalization. So we start to, have her consult and ask her some questions. And then we realize, wait, I think you're already a US citizen. So it turns out that she was eligible for what's called after acquired citizenship. And this is for somebody who is born outside the US and after they're born acquire US citizenship through a parent. And what's nice about having to do the N-600 versus the N-400 is they don't have those questions on the form. Have you ever been arrested? They do a background check, but it's for, bigger or more serious criminal offenses. So essentially I should say they don't have the same good moral character. That's the key here. So for the N-600, you don't have to prove good moral character. It's an automatic thing. After acquired citizenship, it's automatic. So whereas the M-400 is discretionary, in order to do naturalization, the government has to want to give it to you. With the N-600, you automatically acquire it. Now all you need is proof that you're a US citizen, and that's where the N-600 comes in. So this client is a native and former citizen of Peru. And like I said, she came to us because of the criminal offense. After going through everything, we realized that she met the requirements for after acquisition of citizenship, which is not that straightforward because it depends on a number of different things. In her case, what mattered is when there's a couple of different requirements. And when the last requirement was fulfilled, it's the law in place at the time the last requirement was filled. So what that means is these are the requirements. You have to have a parent as a US citizen. You have to be the biological child of that US citizen parent. And you have to be lawfully admitted into the US as a permanent resident and then be in the legal and physical custody of that US citizen parent. So whichever of those 4 things happens last, that's the year of the law that you look at. And the laws change over time, not tremendously, but we've done this analysis with other people in the past, and they haven't been eligible for after acquired citizenship and have had to apply for naturalization. So it can be very significant depending on when these things occur. In her case, the last condition was when her mom became a US citizen in 2012. At that time, all of the other conditions were met, which meant she automatically became a US citizen, even though she didn't have proof of it. So she came to us to do it. We told her that we're going to need proof. We're going to need proof of your birth certificate, your mom's, if she's married, her marriage certificate. We're going to need to show when you enter the country. So we needed a copy of the green card, a stamp in the passport. Then we needed to show that she was living she was in the legal and physical custody of her mother. And that was the hardest part because she entered back in 2007. She's way over the age of 18 at this point. She also had some trouble when she was younger. She got pregnant when she was a teenager, and her mom kicked her out of the house, and she had to do an emancipation. So we were a little worried about the physical and legal custody element. But the physical and legal custody element doesn't mean that up until you're 18 and that you are in the physical and legal custody of the parent. It just means that you were at some point in the physical and legal custody of the parent. Actually, I think it's when the last condition was met, you had to be in the physical and legal custody. So we had limited proof. We had her school records, I think, a couple of other things, and we sent it. Oh, and her mom had returned to Peru after. I think we had the proof she was in the legal and physical custody of mom until mom became a citizen and she turned 18, and then mom went back to Peru. And you can file for this after acquired citizenship certificate at any time. You don't have to file before you're 18, and that's why we were able to file it when we did for her. So anyways, when we filed it, a lot of the evidence was pretty old and hard to get, but you don't need too much, so we submitted it, and of course we got a request for evidence, and they were actually asking for evidence of physical presence after mom became a citizen, which is no longer relevant to the inquiry. They were just kind of giving everybody a hard time. And she said to us, well, what do? I could try to get things. And we always say, look, even when USCIS is not right, like even if you didn't have this stuff, you should still get approved because the last condition was met when mom became a citizen, not when you resided with mom. So if you can get it, it never hurts to submit more, but you've already shown the requirements. If they were to deny it, if you can't get it, we'll write a letter, we'll explain it. If they were to deny it, it's appealable, but we think you're going to be fine. So she was able to get a few more things that could show it, submitted all of it, and was quickly approved after. And she's even though she had been a U.S. citizen this whole time, until she did have to take the oath, just like naturalization. So until she got that certificate of citizenship, of course, it doesn't feel real. And now she can get a passport, and she does not have to worry about losing her green card. That is all today for notable approvals. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have another one for you. And if you have any questions about after acquired citizenship, naturalization, or any other immigration, family, or criminal issues, give us a call, give us an email. Contact information scrolling across the bottom of your screen. And don't forget to like us and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and Twitter and Instagram and all of that stuff, so that you don't miss any other notable approval lives or any other lives that we will do. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.